Hello and welcome to this video on the Holocaust. The Holocaust was one of the most tragic and horrific events in human history, resulting in the systematic extermination of millions of people, including 6 million Jews, by the Nazi regime in Germany during World War II. Anti-Semitism in Europe. In the decades leading up to the Holocaust, anti-Semitism was on the rise in Europe, and Jews were increasingly marginalized, discriminated against, and targeted for persecution. The economic, political, and social conditions in Europe, along with centuries of anti-Jewish prejudices, set the stage for the atrocities that would follow. Nazi rise to power. In 1933, the Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, came to power in Germany, and quickly established a dictatorship that would lay the groundwork for the Holocaust. Hitler and the Nazi regime saw Jews as a threat to the so-called Aryan race, and as a result, they began to strip Jews of their rights and freedoms, and ultimately, to plan their extermination. The final solution. The Nazi plan to extermination of the Jews, known as the Final Solution, was implemented in the early 1940s, and involved the establishment of ghettos, concentration camps, and death camps throughout German-occupied Europe. The Final Solution was carried out with ruthless efficiency, with mass deportations of Jews from all over Europe to the ghettos and camps, where they were subjected to inhumane conditions, forced labor, and ultimately, to mass murder. Life in the ghettos and concentration camps. Life in the ghettos and concentration camps was a daily struggle for survival. Jews were forced to live in cramped and unsanitary conditions, and were subjected to cruel treatment by the Nazi guards. They were also subjected to brutal forced labor, and many were subjected to medical experiments and other forms of abuse. The mechanisms of genocide. The Holocaust was made possible by a complex and sophisticated system of bureaucracy, technology, and ideology that the Nazi regime used to carry out the mass murder of Jews and other minority groups. The use of trains to transport people to the camps, the use of gas chambers and crematoria to kill them, and the use of a vast bureaucracy to administer and document the genocide, made the extermination of millions of people possible. Resistance and uprisings. Resistance and uprisings were acts of bravery and defiance by Jews and other victims of the Holocaust who refused to surrender to the Nazi regime and fought back against their oppressors. Despite facing overwhelming odds and unimaginable conditions, Jews in ghettos and concentration camps organized resistance movements, staged uprisings, and engaged in acts of sabotage and civil disobedience. These acts of resistance were crucial in maintaining the dignity and humanity of the Jewish people, and were a testament to their resilience and courage in the face of immense hardship. One of the most well-known uprisings was the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising in 1943, where Jewish fighters in the Warsaw Ghetto rose up against the Nazi forces that were attempting to deport them to death camps. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Jewish fighters held out for several weeks and inflicted significant losses on the German forces. These acts of resistance, while they ultimately failed to prevent the Holocaust, have inspired generations and serve as an important reminder of the power of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The bravery of those who fought back against the Nazi regime will never be forgotten and will always be remembered as a symbol of hope and strength in the darkest of times. Today, the memory of the Holocaust continues to play an important role in shaping our understanding of the world and serves as a warning against the dangers of prejudice, hate, and anti-Semitism. The liberation and aftermath of the Holocaust are an important part of its legacy and a reminder of the resilience and strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Memorials and remembrance. Memorials and remembrance are important ways of honoring the victims of the Holocaust and ensuring that their memory lives on. These monuments serve as a way of paying tribute to the millions of people who were murdered by the Nazi regime, and as a reminder of the importance of combating hate and prejudice in all its forms. Throughout the world, there are numerous Holocaust memorials and museums, including the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C., the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, and the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe in Berlin. These institutions provide a space for reflection and education, and play an important role in preserving the memory of the Holocaust for future generations. In addition to these monuments, Holocaust Remembrance Day, Yom HaShoah, is observed on the 27th of April each year as a way of remembering the victims and paying tribute to their memory. On this day, ceremonies are held, candles are lit, and moments of silence are observed in honor of those who lost their lives. Memorials and remembrance serve not only as a way of honoring the victims of the Holocaust, but also as a warning against the dangers of hate and intolerance. They are a powerful reminder that we must work together to ensure that such atrocities never happen again. Conclusion. In conclusion, the Holocaust was a tragedy of unprecedented scale, in which millions of Jews, as well as other minority groups, were systematically murdered by the Nazi regime. It remains one of the darkest chapters in human history, and its impact continues to be felt today. The Holocaust serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of hate and anti-Semitism, and of the importance of combating these forces in all their forms. Through memorials, remembrance, and education, we can keep the memory of the victims alive and ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. The legacy of the Holocaust is one of resilience and strength, as the survivors and their descendants have worked to rebuild their lives and their communities in the face of unimaginable adversity. It is a testament to the power of the human spirit and to the importance of standing up against hate and intolerance in all its forms. We must never forget the lessons of the Holocaust, and must work together to ensure that its legacy of hope, resilience, and strength continues to inspire generations to come. The Holocaust was a dark chapter in human history, and it serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of hate and prejudice. It is our responsibility to learn from the lessons of the Holocaust, to remember the victims and to ensure that such atrocities never happen again. Thank you for watching this video on the Holocaust.